Hey everyone, and welcome to the first Best of Planet Games. This is gonna be a weekly showcase of other creators and other people playing Planet games. We are starting today off with an Planet Coaster 2 exclusive, just because I want to show a couple of things, but here's the concept in very brief words. We are hopping on to YouTube or the workshop or whatever is a place where you can find stuff, Steam Workshop as well, and we're going to check out a couple of things. I have no real kind of structure in what I'm going to do. I'm just going to check out what happened the last week, and I'm just gonna hit things I think may be interesting or worth showcased because, and there's a bit of a story behind this. I just figured, and before we jump into it, I'm gonna show you. So what I really like to do on my own, it's like really something I love to do, and you can see all that kind of search stuff over here. I just love to check out Planet Coaster stuff or Planet Zoo. So if you type in, just for example, Planet Zoo, you can see, obviously, we are going to be hit by videos. Now, there is an issue, of course, because your algorithm is kind of tempered with or just hit with what you have been looking in the past, and also it's not down to any kind of limit of time. So what I like to do is I come here to the filters and I say this week, and this is in German by the way, but don't you bother. This is meant to be this week, and then you can see people making videos about mostly that there is this survey going on. By the way, we're going to talk about that, what this means for the game soon, but you can see there are a couple of videos you can browse through, and I do quite like to do that and just check out videos that feel interesting to me, and I every now and then do find certain gems. Now, there is an issue though, and this issue is related to YouTube itself. So what I also like to do is to see what kind of gains traction. I also type in and go for the week videos, and then I say, obviously, sort this by the amount of views. So I have a feeling for what goes. But now we enter the issue. And the issue, as you can see, is YouTube is been flooded by creators doing nothing but crazy slide rides, as you can see, going into the millions and hundreds of thousands views every single day. They are posting out videos, and you can see I can keep on scrolling unless there's a certain Benny in between, who obviously is one of the biggest creators in that niche. But other than that, you'll not be able to find anything particular if you go and search for that. So what I need to do is go back and say go for relevance, you know, and then it does eventually show me some other stuff. The problem with relevance is kind of, you know, catered to my personal preferences, so it's always kind of hard to find new stuff. But I did the work for you, and I went through all the list and checked out some cool channels, some cool stuff, and we're going to have a look at all of them. I will obviously not go through all of the videos in here. I'm just going to give you a bit of my opinion, just do a bit of conclusion, and hopefully you will then go there and watch these videos yourself. And yes, I'm actively sending you elsewhere because I feel like people definitely have deserved that. So let's hop on into the first one. That one is by our friend Eston Wolf. And Eston Wolf obviously is not the smallest of creators anymore, but he obviously is suffering from a similar issue that I have. He's doing amazing stuff, but it seems like he absolutely isn't loved by the algorithm. This guy is, you know, he is loving to do Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo stuff. Just going to show you the channel real quick. And you can see he's putting out stuff. He's going to have some really great kind of thumbnails, really great understanding for his very personal style, which is super adventurous, you know. I think, you know, there are not many people who have such a distinct style, but Eston absolutely has a distinct style. He's getting better at certain details every single time. He's improving on other stuff, but his biggest competence, in my opinion, is creating worlds that are really feeling adventurous, magical in a way, and really feel Eston. He's really that kind of Timberwood guy, and his Wilderness Springs, which he's basically doing in all of the games, is just amazing. You can see on screen, he's created a wonderful enchanted forest, and we're just going to skip through the video because he's going to show around. You can see there's a Haunted Mansion inspired recreation there. We're going to have a nice little coaster over here. I think this is just an Epedemic at this point, but he's been working on the enchanted forest quite a lot, and there you can see that this is such a unique looking great entrance. Let's have a look. There you go. His own unique font in here, a very great use of the, you know, sorcery pack pieces, and that is kind of a very nice transition. Here you have got like a very nice transition into the backstage area, which is something I tend to do way too little, way too seldom, and I guess this is something we're just gonna have to. Also, why am I not subbed? Oh, I can tell you why I'm not subbed. I have desubbed a lot of channels because my list was cramping down. We're gonna have to sub in these videos as like an activation for you guys to sub all these channels as as well. And I wanted to clean my algorithm at some point to, you know, figure out better channels and stuff. So you will eventually see that even I didn't follow my own German channel, which I just did to clean that off for once. But yeah, so here we are in, and you can see this is. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I absolutely love that. It's, again, he's got such a unique style in for his builds. Like, they are super detailed. I would even go and say they are cluttery in a way, but in the positive way. He's very good feeling about using clutter and doing stuff that is very much looking good despite maybe being, you know, looked at being cluttery. But yeah, we can also, I mean, I don't want to show all that. He's also talking about this all the way.
Thinking of having like a Nordic room that you'll go in, and just like maybe a pirate room. The brother is really big on collecting pirate artifacts.
So just to give you an idea, he's obviously talking, but it's, you know, unless we need the talking to do reactions on this, which we will do in the future. We are going to do also single reactions on videos. If there's something really crazy, we are also going to listen to that. But, you know, obviously go there, listen to it yourself. You know, he's talking about what kind of rooms and stuff they want to have in here. So really, really damn cool. The Enchanted Forest in general looks super cool, like with all these little stalls here to the left and right. And yeah, just like magical, like what it should be. And I'm going to have a look. He's going to show you around Wilderness Springs anyway, so let's have a look here. Look at that. Oh gosh, I love the park. I've been touring this park already in a very old state. He's been changing quite a lot. I remember this river town. I think this one was existing, and I think he saved that one from what he's been doing beforehand. And I think, again, this is also one thing that Eston is really good at. He also has the will to change, and this park has been looking quite different. This entire spot over here at one point has been filled up entirely already by other stuff, and he's been ripping that apart and just redoing stuff to make it even better and better, which I think is a very good skill. But anyways, not, you know, we've got some more videos to check out on, so let's get rid of this one. I found Coaster Cow lately, and that was very fun. He is doing, or they are doing, I'm not sure if it's a he or she or whatever, but they are doing a advent calendar of some really cool coaster designs. You can see, I mean, by the name, obviously focus is on coasters. You can see a lot of great coasters over here, and if you go for popular, you can see there are some really cool ones that people have been checking out. Thank God they have, because oh boy, these coasters are smooth. So we are going to look at the one from yesterday. We are about to see the next one, but just enjoy that one. I'm going to put on the sound and deactivate my music. Just going to enjoy this coaster for a brief moment, because oh boy, they are good at doing coasters, way better than I am, and we're going to check out a second one as well. Oh gosh, I may add this idea to put that all in that kind of wide area is absolutely top. I love it. Just going to talk you through until we are going into the on-ride, because that one I want to have you guys enjoy the sound as well. But yeah, very nice idea to build them all in of kind of a concept box. I love the idea. It also showcases again how good the lighting in this game can be, because that just looks so super good. And yeah, it's a very cool idea. I did it once, a calendar as well, but not that great. So enjoy. All right, there you have it. Oh my god, these are so buttery smooth, it's insane. Let's go back to the channel to show you a bit around. There are some other very cool ones. You can see I watched some of them already. But let's see, I think that one really was cool as well, the kind of intense Mac coaster, as you can see over here. I'm just gonna skip forward to the on-ride right away because it's so... Wait, hold on, is that the start already? I think that was. Oh gosh, the shaping, it's so good. Let's just quickly jump in. And also, what you may have noticed, I'm not sure if there's some post-production going on with these things, but the graphics in this kind of scene, as I said, they look so cool. And it seems like they even used the kind of motion blur here, which I think in this scenario does wonders, but oh boy, this is so... It almost looks like No Limits-esque in this kind of concept view. Again, you can tell I'm a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of A, that idea, and B, the sheer competence to build absolutely brilliantly shaped coasters in here. I wonder how long that must have taken. So Coaster Cow, if you're watching this video, let me know in the comments how long each coaster does take. Because if I would do these coasters with that great shaping and buttery smooth stuff, I think it would take me about 3 to 4 hours per coaster at least, and they're just like nowhere near the quality of that one. So let's bring the music back on. But yeah, great idea. Also some other really cool stuff on the channel, as you can see. That one I saw as well a couple months ago. As you can see, I watched that one 2 months ago with that cool idea of fading the color from each piece to piece, so that kind of rainbow effect. Really in love with that. And I also saw that Kumbao video. I've seen that one. I wonder why YouTube at some point just doesn't show you anymore that you've watched certain stuff. I think it's just for, I don't know, for a couple of weeks. Anyways, let's go to the next one, which is Biko Gaming, seemingly a relatively new channel, just 50 videos in, but there are some really good things in here. Unfortunately, it's not always Planet Coaster though, but you can see there's a lot of other cool stuff in here. I must admit, I found this via this video, so I didn't see anything before. It's exactly what I say. It's sometimes very unfair that things have been hidden, and you can see the views on the videos are really, really freaking low. But I'm going to show you real quick. Nope, that's the next one we are going to look at. We have the Goron one, and honestly, I thought the intro shot was fake. I'm just going to show you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hyrule Park, where I'm building a theme park based on The Legend of Zelda in Planet Coaster 2.
All right, that was already basically the script and the little pitch for you guys. They are building what I find very wonderful, obviously you can tell that by the name, a theme park based on Zelda, which I love the game. It's absolutely amazing to have that as a theme going on. And just going through the video, again, as I said, I want you to watch the videos. There's some really cool building skills in here, and what I especially like is the rock work. I'm just going to show you, as you've seen in the intro shot, the bravery to put certain pieces of rock together that I would have not done because I was fearing the kind of texture doesn't work, works very well indeed in here. And you've seen that in the intro shot. It just kind of felt really like this idea of using different shades of rocks and stuff really looks damn good. Like playing also some perspective with that is a freaking good idea. And yeah, as I said, the intro shot looked so good because of the way of the interplay between the lighting and the way of rock usage and normal stuff, and then also some building pieces and kind of integrated in that. It's really like, yeah, it's a super well built stuff. And I must also say, sometimes the amount of detail can be overwhelming, which in this specific build over here I find a very nice balance. It's not incredibly detailed as some of the folks from Bro Nation do, which I do not have really integrated in today's video. We will be looking at some of the Bro Nation stuff in the future. In case you don't know what Bro Nation is, I'll be explaining this then, because that is, it's kind of an area on its own in the Planet Coaster kind of community, but I find a very good one. However, it's very nerdy and nichey when it comes to realism, so I always think that some people need a bit more balance between casual and achievability versus the realism. So yeah, that definitely is looking absolutely fantastic. As you can tell, towards the end, we are working our way towards the end today. Also, some very cool trigger events involved, which is always super helpful to see how others play with it. Big fan of how that works. And then you can see at the end, this is where we are at, and we can have a look. This is the shot you've seen from the beginning. And yeah, this is just what I meant with all the kind of different usage of rocks over here. It just works. It just absolutely works and gives you that idea of a theme park. It doesn't necessarily need to be like supernatural realism, because that's not what you need. I also love that kind of just steam going in a circle. Loving it. Yeah, so it gives you that feeling that you want. Really, really cool. Really damn cool. Big fan of this one. So, Biko Gaming, I highly recommend checking out. Now, this dude over here, you should know by now. If you don't, Mr. Fogg. I've been also partnering with Fogg in a lot of things, and he's been building this Peaky park. And the first episode from that one, I'm just going to show you real quick, is been this one, Peaky Park Piña Colada. And that one, my friends, that is as I commented down below, this is the Koali Mountain outpost. Honestly, this is how it felt. Like, the whole thing is so beautifully done, as you can see over here. Oh my god, this looks almost like as if Koali Beach did reach out to Fogg if they can build this somewhere up in the mountains. And Fogg is, on its own, he's already a pretty nice designer. He's got a very incredible eye for design and for leading design and guiding it into a way that it works in games. And he's got some really crazy concepts. Maybe something from one of the concepts will see the light of day at some point, but we did not decide to release it yet because there were some work going on. But we've done some really cool stuff in a group of people with Fogg together as well, because he came up with a wonderful idea. And yeah, he has been doing some incredible stuff. We're gonna go right into the cinematics. Hold on, is that like, oh, this is just the cinematics. What's that YouTube kind of shenanigans over here? Why can I not? Okay, that is so odd. I want to just go there. So you can see he's been using the thunderstorm right away. And again, he's also got an incredible eye for cinematics and shots. And, you know, you can't expect too much content from Fogg because he's been... I would say he's been the German, even though he's not, but he's like working for perfection. And once that is done, he's actually going to, you know, release that. Also, wonderful idea here to have the people put down the umbrellas when going into a cave because there's not raining. Love the idea of having these weird guys here going into the queue. And yeah, again, this is just Fogg. Also, we need to just have the audio to it because Fogg's audio work and so on is also brilliant. Yeah, what shall I say? Let's go forward a little bit. Yeah, it's just sheer brilliance, as you can see. So yeah, you can watch that on your own because it's absolutely fantastic. I just want to show you one more little thing because in the past, as I've said, he's been doing some other cool stuff. And one of the things I've also been part in, and this is the Orpheus station. I'm in the radio station. Maybe you can hear myself, but yeah, just brilliant.
You know who it is? Orpheus Pirate Radio. Your home of the underground on the free airwaves.
So yeah, he's been doing some incredible stuff in here, and this is a full oil rig kind of outpost taken over by some scavengers and building their own piratey outpost. And yeah, he's been doing some real. Now listening.
Live on deck.
Hey, this is your boy Mass Bandit, and you are dialed into Orpheus Pirate Radio. My name is YanBK1608, and you're listening to Orpheus Pirate Radio.
This is your camel friend speaking, and you are listening to Orpheus Pirate Radio. You are listening to the Super Duper Selector with me, Mineral, on Orpheus Pirate Radio.
Orpheus Pirate Radio.
So there you have it. Like he used kind of us as a radio station for the, just for making the ascent to the top part here way more entertaining, and then transitioning over into that very intense kind of music. It's so good. And giving you also, like, the whole design of it, the whole design of that idea of a full art piece with Planet Coaster 2 is unique, and I really love that. The amount of work he's been putting into all of his builds is dramatic, I was almost to say. So yeah, speaking of dramatic, there's only one more person I need to highlight, and I don't know if we could say he's unknown in the midst of the Planet Coaster 2 community anymore. I think he's absolutely well known, and that is Mr. Taggy. I've been talking about this dude almost in every video, but he also he just keeps breaking things in a way that I'm like, okay, how on earth would you do that? So, as I was just thinking he chilled down in a little moment, I thought he just chilled down a bit. No. He just made that video, and I'm just gonna quickly play that. He's been making a custom entertainer animatronic, which you can see is that dude on here. And you're thinking like, yeah, obviously he's using motors and platforms, and I keep saying motors because he's been saying motors all the time, but I absolutely cannot express how ridiculous this is. So here you can tell he has been doing this. He has been creating all these kind of things where you can now put and attach the scenery on, and then it kind of does the stuff you want to have like on its own. Now, if he's going to pull off the stuff over here, you can see this is his setup. It almost looks as if he's shooting with some fancy laser cannons on that thing. But this is the entire setup. And he's been doing this with I don't know how many thousands of triggers. In a minute, he's going to show how he did the movement of the edges. Like, basically what he created is a custom joint, as you can see over here. So this joint is mostly created by 3 different platforms working together. I'm not even sure if it's 3 different platforms, but what he also said is that he needed to move the platforms almost out of the map to have enough distance to make the movement nice enough. And then he's using the blueprint, like in the sequence, so he's saving the blueprint to make it then work together with the other stuff. Which, to me, I thought the people using Minecraft as, like, they don't, Minecraft is not using Redstone. Redstone is using Minecraft to create stuff out of Minecraft. It's hilarious. But he is not using this way. He's doing this even crazier. The stuff he's doing with the platforms, like, they are meant to do some simple animations and stacking 1 or 2 onto each other. He's stacking 1,000 onto each other to create one movement, to then stack this movement another 1,000 times onto each other to just create even more movement. And this ridiculous thing over here, even though I theoretically understand how he's doing it, there's no way I could ever do that. There is just literally no way how I can do that. I think this is one of the few things where you're so deep into the rabbit hole that only he's capable of pulling that off at this point, because to understand what is going on over here, you need to deeply understand how certain things work in movement and how he's abusing the platforms in their own way and in their own sequences in there. And obviously it also does, and you know that, Taggy, but it also has an inherent danger of being broken beyond repair if Frontier ever decides to give us what we wanted and change some of the trigger events. Obviously, all that kind of stuff is not usable anymore, because the slightest change in how a certain movement is done will obviously break apart the whole system. So if there's a half oscillate change to a different kind of speed or slight different angles, the whole thing will be broken. And I fear that this may happen eventually with Frontier. It's not like that I'm not expecting that I'm expecting this, but I'm saying it's not expectable in a way. Well, whatever. Yeah, Taggy. I cannot express how incredibly impressed I am by all his dedication to really focus on what you can do on a technical standpoint with the stuff in the channel. He's done these incredibly helpful hacks in Planet Coaster 2, which I am using all the time. You can see 40,000 views, well deserved. And if we go, I think this might even be his most popular video. Yes, and he also created invisible paths before Frontier did. He has been doing advanced path editing before Frontier did. He's been doing advanced pool editing before Frontier did, and he's been doing a surf rig before, well, as you can tell, Frontier did. So you see a pattern here, okay? He's been doing natural path without a ground texture before, well, Frontier did. He's been lowering the kind of hitbox below path before, Frontier did. So the pattern is obvious. He has been creating a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, did I mention he made edgy corner pieces for queues before? Well, Frontier did. So I'm happy that you can say Frontier is watching Taggy. When we've been in the office, by the way, little anecdote over here. I already told Taggy. When we've been in the offices, they told us that there's going to be a surf ride in the game, and that was a couple days before this video over here has been released. And then we asked Rich and Adam if they've seen that, and both of them were like, "Oh God, you cannot even imagine how we sat here. We're like, oh my God, this guy is gonna hate us. He's like, he's building this so complicated, and we're gonna put it in the game after that." But yeah, I feel this because I've been having that with fireworks and stuff in the past, where Frontier just released fireworks a week after I've spent a month doing custom fireworks in the game. So I understand, but yeah, he's a wizard. He is a wizard in the game, and I do hope that Frontier is going to absolutely watch the videos, and especially this video is something Frontier needs to watch because it is so freaking important. And the thumbnail already shows, in my opinion, one of the most requested things and also the most helpful ones. He basically had the idea that the simple art shapes should be capable of using all in-game textures. So just to give you the little concept that he came up with, it's not my idea, it's fully Taggy's idea, but like the concept is that you're saying, there is this, let's say, kind of, I don't know, cone or cylinder, and at the moment it has a very simple texture. It's like just a color. But imagine you can say, use the texture from the keep wall, use the texture from the sorcery, I don't know, roof, use the texture from the candy piece XYZ. So maybe not even all, but maybe just the basic wall textures, I don't know. But imagine how awesome that would be in order to have more variants and more pieces for a certain set. And obviously you can still put out your scenery packs and just make this texture only available if you have the dedicated DLC. I think it's not even giving people too much power to not buy any DLCs anymore, which always could be a fear. No, this is a general great idea to make use of the stuff you already have and then go from there. But anyways, this has been it for today, guys. I really do hope that this was interesting and this new format kind of suits you and you like it, because I certainly like it. I will continue with this. Maybe I'm not going to go and make it every Friday because of work and kids and but I'm trying to do it every Friday. It's going to be our Friday Best of Planet overview. And we will be, as I said, we will be doing one-time reactions. We'll be doing workshop reactions. We are going to do tours. It's going to be a free forum of basically showcasing the best of. And, well, you've been asking for that so long. Obviously, put down ideas in the comments. If you've got any creator you want to be in showcase, if you've got any creation you find extraordinary or whatnot, let me know in the comments. That's all what it is about. And link the people. I will then be checking, hopefully, to release all the links, because naturally links are kind of blocked on YouTube. So I need to kind of actively hit them free, but I'll be doing this. So again, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to see more stuff like that, keep on commenting, keep on liking, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll do my best to showcase other people's work as best as I can every Friday from now on, and see if you guys like it. And to all the creators I've been shown today, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If I don't remember, please put your own links down. But I've shown them very much in detail, so hopefully you guys will be finding all these channels. And by the way, it's also good to search for them yourself. I mean, I can put the links in the description, but it's better to search for them actively, because that tells YouTube you've been searching for the person, which is way better for the algorithm than just being hit there by a link. So that just as an idea. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you think about the concept, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Until then, have a good time and bye.